Today, we're going to be working again with the Common Core objectives, and this one states, conversely, rectangles are parallelograms with congruent diagonals. That's the theorem. So the statement of that theorem then would be, if a parallelogram has congruent diagonals, then it is a rectangle. Okay, first thing is we sketch our parallelogram here, as you can see, ABC, but we have to do that where these diagonals are congruent, in other words, BD and AC. So what we are given then is the parallelogram ABCD and that the diagonals are congruent. Now all we need to do is to prove that one of these angles is 90 degrees. And with that, we know if we have a parallelogram with one 90-degree angle, then it is a rectangle. Okay, that's something we proven earlier. So our statement then is going to be start off with parallelogram ABCD and that AC and BD are congruent, and that was given to us. And we also know that because this is a parallelogram, that AB is congruent to DC. Likewise, BC and AD are congruent because their opposite sides of parallelograms are congruent. We also know, of course, that AD is congruent to AD because it's the common line or the reflective property. Okay? From that, we can surmise that the triangle BAD and triangle CDA are congruent because of side, because we've already proven this side, this side, this side, this side, and of course these diagonals are congruent. From that, we know that you notice that the center angle of each one of these triangles, what it is, A and D, they are congruent because they're corresponding parts. Now, if we add these based on the fact that we know that this line AD, AB, and CD are parallel, then we know that angle A and D are, when they add them together, they'll be 180 degrees because consecutive interior angles are supplementary. So we know that now. And from that, we can substitute the A for this D, and then we'll know that we'll have two angle A's that equal to 180 degrees. And that's because of substitution from step 5. If we divide this by 2, that's going to give us angle A equals 90 degrees by division by number 2. And therefore, we have just proven that, and what we're looking for right here, that ABC is a rectangle because we know if we have a parallelogram with one right angle, then it is a rectangle. And therefore, we have proven if a parallelogram has congruent diagonals, it is a rectangle.